hustler, what you call that? This is before rap. This is all facts. What's going on, Full Circle, man? It's your boy Go Getter. It's your boy Flash. We out here charting up Bitcoin right now. About to get into these stocks. About to get into this crypto.
Yeah, Full Circle Wealth, man. I'll be looking though. I'll be looking on that.
Pull it up on your phone, see how we sounding.
Full Circle Wealth, Full Circle Wealth. Full Circle Wealth, yep. Full Circle. GG's.
All right, man.
Circle Wealth. You see it right
Shout out to y'all for being here, man. It's Wednesday. It's both Wednesdays. We got a lot to talk about today, man. We got a lot about to talk about.
But hold on, before we start, tell us how your day's
Forget how my day going, how I'm feeling. It's like I'm not playing. How your day going? How you feeling?
Cool, man. It's good Wednesday. I think this is we got one more Wednesday after this for the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Vibes.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. Feeling like a good Wednesday. I'm feeling like I really wanna chop up about these markets, man. I'm feeling like feeling excited to get this episode done, man. So let's just hop straight into it. You want to make any announcements before we get into it?
We in there.
All right, man. Only announcement I would make is follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, tune in, go click the link in our bio on Instagram and get all the free resources, man. So look, you guys already know, last time we talked, I don't know where we was at, but we was already making all-time highs, and we're still making these all-time highs, right? If you guys remember throughout the whole year, we was talking about this brick wall when I talk about support resistance. We done broke that brick wall. Now we're all the way up at $740, man. All-time high, man. So look, you never want to invest at the highs. Always want to wait for that pullback. Right here, market is boxed in between 731 and 740, right? That's the resistance and support I'm looking at on the daily time frame. Let's go to 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? Based off that chart work, you feeling me, brother? That's cool resistance, cool support.
Yeah.
Would you adjust it anything? How you coming?
Just for the way that I chart, from my understanding, I would mark out the all-time high just to have that, just to know where it's at.
Damn right.
But yeah, everything's bust.
So boom. So we got resistance at that level of 743 around there, right? And we also got that supported right around the level of 731. But just like brother said, we got that all-time high at 749.49, $750. Crazy, right? There's talks about, the stock market ending even higher at the end of the year, right? People got targets in the 800 areas. So say we have that good, say we go from where we're at now, and let's do another 10 to 15% for the next 6 months, right? Say we end there.
Damn.
10%, 11% is already 824. 15% would make it $850, right? So look, I'm trying to get at the fact that the market is going to hit 800s at some point. And this is why you guys need to get in here, right? These assets are going to get so expensive at some point in the next 10 years that you're going to wish you bought. And they're going to be priced out. You know what I'm saying? So look, grab you VOO, S&P 500, right? Get you one of these top companies and get into it, right? So based off everything that I just said, we got that all-time high. We got that pullback back into this range. I believe that we break this level right here, right? And go even lower. I want to really test the 694 level. But at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen in the market, man. You never know. So what I'm just going to suggest is double down through May and June and just start dollar cost averaging, right? Buy some here, buy some here, buy some here, buy some now. Just get in there because I believe that we're going to get another good run up, right? And I want you guys to be a part of that because if you guys missed that April one, all the way down here, we was telling you guys, buy the dip. This ain't just to make us sound good. No, this is us saying that down here we was expressing the opportunity of what's to come when these dips happen this low, right? And now look at where we are, right? But the market always moves in cycles, man. You're gonna get another pullback. People is gonna panic thinking it's another crash. And look, you guys got to be there to capitalize. So choose your top company out of the top 5 of the S&P, and then choose VOO and start there if you ain't started yet. But if you are already in the game, man, it's one of them times where you got to accumulate and double down on the investment because that's what I'm doing.
Right.
I want a pair of kicks in the next couple of weeks, but I said forget them quick kicks. that extra 200 got to go into the extra 200 got to go into the market, man. So that's my breakdown for S&P 500 real quick. You got anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, touching on the simple fact that because history doesn't repeat itself, but often rhymes, right? We see how low that we have came. It's like you said, that's an 18% move. Now, who's to say from this bounce off in April all the way to all-time highs? That's at 19%. Sorry. So if I go, right, just from where we are right now, just like you said, that was like 900.
He's killing them. He's killing them 860.
That's 860.
So and they adjusted to 16%. But if you pull it up higher to another 20, to 19-20%, and
it's go 95.
If we in the year 885, you know how priced out 700 just sounds a little bit. 700 is already crazy. I'm gonna get we started looking at we started looking at the market when it was at 300s, right? That's when we got in, right? So for it to go from this and then go to the 800s, almost $1,000, that really goes to show the times that we're in. When uncertainty happens, when uncertainty knocks out the door, people was running to assets, man. And we got a lot of uncertainty going on in our world, man. It's only gonna get worse and worse, and people is gonna run the assets. So if all else fails, there's a whole bunch of companies on this list, but at the end of the day, buy the S&P 500, buy VOO, and then get into those stocks. Get into those cryptos that Flash is talking about, man. That's how you diversify your portfolio, period, point blank. And from that point on, there's no more stretch. The market is a forward moving mechanism. So all you gotta do is set it and forget it, right? You don't gotta worry about the news. You don't gotta worry about it going and dipping for 1 week, dipping for another week when you're holding for the long term, man. So look, just hold. Get up in these and create and hold them, right? Get up in these and stick with that plan. That's what we talk about, right? Take that paycheck that you're getting from the job, right? And maybe we'll talk about that real quick. I'll ask the question to both of us of how do we manage work, our paycheck, life, and still prioritizing investing, right? And I'll answer first real quick. Back to what I just said earlier. I know I want some shoes, right? I know I'm willing to spend $200 there. If I'm willing to spend $200 there, right, I can sacrifice that and spend $200 more dollars here, right? When it comes down to my paycheck, I learned that it helps me personally. When I get paid, I gotta instantly invest first. I gotta pay myself first, because if I don't and I wait 2 more days, I already know how my mind is gonna go. Oh, I waited 2 more days, I bought all this other stuff. Maybe I could wait and invest this much, or maybe I could wait the next time to invest what I really want. That's why you got to invest first. That has to be the first thing you do. Pay yourself first. So that's my answer.
Yeah, how I manage is just knowing that I want a better future at the end of the day, right? I know that I could. So actually, quick story time, real quick, real brief. I was talking to my girl last night just about the fact that we're young, in our lower 20s. What you should be doing in your younger 20s is grabbing skills. Now, one of those skills that I mentioned specifically was discipline, because that's not something that is taught. It's something that's taught, but it's not. You can't master that as a kid.
I agree.
You get to an adult, then you get to see discipline in your face every day, right? So, discipline being a skill, that is the skill that I'm looking to achieve and master. So therefore, if I know that I'm, I got some money, right? I could easily go buy them shoes. I could easily go, I could do whatever, miscellaneous with the money, but instead the discipline that I'm working on is telling me to go to build my future up.
Yeah.
So that's what I keep in the back of my mind. Like, what do I want my future to look like? And I know that you say pay yourself now, but the way that I see it is the same, but it's just for the future. Because I know that next year, portfolio's gonna be busting, right? Even though I might even have to go broke, I'm buying the stock, buying the crypto, whatever. But I know that next year, man, we could be 20%, and spot could be $800, $60.
So I like that you said that, paying yourself now, but with the mind frame, with the mindset of I'm paying myself now for my future self, right? That's a good mindset too. And then discipline being a skill, I'm glad you said that too, because discipline is a skill. Discipline, having the skill and having the strength to simply be like, hey, I know that the market's down right now. I want them shoes next week, but instead of taking that 400 and going 200 shoes, 200 investing $400 all into an investment account. You know, I had to. That's very important, and I suggest that, you know, us to anybody at a younger age, you know, like us, like try to get rid of that status game in your mind as soon as you can.
Yes.
You know, that helped me a lot. You know, when I knew that I wanted to take investing seriously, right, and I had more shoes in my closet than I did, and more money than my investment account. I didn't sell all my shoes. I didn't sell all my shoes just to have more money. It was really an identity game, right? How can I manage without this and just wearing a pair of Yeezys every day? Crazy thing is, he put me on to the Yeezys. I got a pair of Yeezy 500s, and I started wearing those every single day, and that let me let go of the attachment of nigga got to wear 5 different pair of kicks every single day or every week, you know, or have however many kicks in your closet. So then when you circle back after having that discipline as a skill, now you're going to be able to say, oh, I want them kicks, but I also want this more. And it took for me a lot to get there. I'm glad you brought that up, because discipline for sure is a skill.
And realizing that wanting something and needing something are two different things, right? You need this investment account. You need to have your future prepared, because we're young and you don't know where this economy is going. But I want them Toro 4s that's coming out. You feel me? I want them Dornbeckers, whatever the case is. You got to be able to differentiate it. So that is a skill within itself, and discipline falls right in the middle of that.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on this topic, man. 19 Keys mentioned something one day. He called it temporal blindness, right? You guys look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm not, temporal blindness. And if I can remember correctly, he was talking about the fact that a lot of people don't have the ability to put themselves in the future. Like, you don't have the ability to see the future. And not only see the future, like, we not only see where we want to be in 10 years, right, with the busing portfolio, living in Puerto Rico or wherever we're at, another country, being able to do what we want when we want, $10,000 days, all the stuff. We not only are we able to see that, but you have to be able to put yourself in the future now. You have to really be realizing that helps you differentiate your wants and your needs, right? Because if you're really thinking about your future, you're gonna focus on the fact that I need this. I need my 400 to go in there. I got no choice, right? But if you're not able to actually put yourself in the future and you're so blind, you're gonna mess around and be like, well, shit, YOLO.
Right.
You only live once.
And that's where that status things come in. I'm glad that you had brought that up too, because you have that status in your mind, like, damn, I got, you know what I'm saying, 5 pair of shoes, but I only wear one. Whatever the case, I got to switch these out, right? Then when that limelight gets taken, that spotlight, right, that status, it's like, damn, world is crumbling. When instead of having your mind on the status, you should have had your mind on something that is productive and skill building, especially in your young age, man. We that's exactly what we're supposed to have. So that status is that ego, greed, and comparison are all dream killers. All 3 of those.
Ego, greed, and dream killers for sure.
It'll fuck up the whole trajectory where you wanted to see, because you see 19 Keys on the internet talking about AI, right? But you want to start a whole business, but it's like, damn, how can I'm not like him yet. I ain't gonna do this shit because I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up killing the journey before you even start, man. You didn't even get to pull the map out. So make sure that you're staying in your own lane, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And getting them assets, man. So with that being said, before we get into the crypto, I want to touch on the fact that NVIDIA has earnings today, right? So NVIDIA has earnings today. Man, my girl got some shares in NVIDIA. I want her to get some more. I'm going to wait till after earnings, I believe, to buy them. I want to see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? If they end up beating earnings, I believe NVIDIA is going to push to that 250, 300 for sure. They got the all-time high up here of $236. So if we beat the earnings and we break out, let me go to the daily time frame, see what we really looking like. So we got that. You see that?
That's a whole week, man.
That's a whole week, right? And so if we end up breaking out, retesting, I think we even go higher, get that 300. But NVIDIA is getting to 300, so it's just about where you buy.
Yeah.
NVIDIA is getting about to 300, so it's just about where you buy. And honestly, this range isn't a bad buy right here. I mean, yeah, it could go lower, but if you're thinking about 300, you'll get a bounce. You'll get a bounce, and it's gonna come out in the profit.
I want to also say that we already are rejecting off of this. So, like, not to say that these earnings are going to be good, but we already had this major rejection off of this line.
That's a good point.
We're and this is the daily. Can you go to the time 4 time for me?
Yes,
4 hours?
sir.
Yeah, we rejected clean off of that too.
Clean off of it. That was yesterday at 6:30 in the morning. So
they know earnings. Let me see.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Today, so it's gonna be, I believe,
we gonna watch that.
3. It's after market closes at 1:50 p.m. or something like that, 2 o'clock or something like that. For the people who don't know what earnings are, these companies on the stock market, they have to report what they make, what they spent their money on, what the revenue is looking like, everything with the numbers in the back end of the business every 3 months. That helps us as investors get that knowledge. Say, do we want to continue to invest? Do we want to sell? Whatever the case is. Usually, the institutional investors, they move this the most. So as soon as we get that answer, you guys will see. If you guys are willing to watch, you guys will see and look at it yourself. It's gonna go from 223 either this way or this way, and it's gonna move. It's gonna move a lot. So
real quick, I'm gonna see how much percent it is.
Yeah.
From where we are now to that all-time high. That's only 6%.
That's only 6%. And another thing too is Nvidia makes up 8% of the S&P 500. So if this moves up to the upside, we know that this is moving up to the upside. If this moves down to the downside, then that also indicates that we'll get that bearish movement down to the downside with SPY. But that's Nvidia got earnings, so just wanted to let you guys know that. I'm about to go. I just heard the dryer or the washer. I'm about to go get it real quick.
Yeah, man. Also looking at this, we comparing in this chart right here, and we go to the SPY. We see the same thing happening. We had this clean rejection off of this line, off of this support level, and we rejected clean off of it. We go back to NVIDIA. The same thing happened. A little bit of sideways movement on the 4 hour, but we go to the daily. Man, clean rejection, bounce right up. Shit is crazy, man. It get like that too, mind you. Just like Fisher Go Getter was saying too, we have a gap with this that needs to be filled, man. Look at this big gap right here. We gotta fill this gap, and that is coming soon. I hope. I'm hoping price can come back down there, because then it creates another buying opportunity for not only me but
you talking about
top tier investors. I was talking about this gap right here.
Oh yeah.
Just off the simple fact that we ain't touched it yet, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Right here, that's only 10% too, right? So that could be in the next week or two. And you know how Trump be doing it on Fridays, he be turning up, and so the market reflects on that. So we see that reflection on that Sunday market Asia session open, and I was just comparing the fact that both of these rejected off of this support right here and shot straight up. Now we're kind of like getting to the top of this range within the SPY. You go to the 4 hour, you're top of this range. NVIDIA, we're in like the middle of the range, but it's the same chart. It looked. The last recent candles looks the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with the stocks, man.
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Talk about that. Where's that?
SoFi?
Yeah, where's that at?
Right here.
Come on. Let them know, brother.
Once again, for the people who looking to get into something a little cheaper, right, to maybe making a little bit more bang on their buck. This is a riskier investment, a smaller cap company, right? But honestly, I had put this in the Discord the other day. That's why you need to stay tuned and join the Discord. Right here, we always talk about support. We always talk about demand levels. Right here, last time we got to this level, right, of 1492, and we bounced up. We ended up rising, coming back to it, and when we got to it again, we ended up going from this level all the way back up to 20, right, which is a 34% gain, 35% gain, right? So history doesn't always repeat itself, but it often does rhyme. I already have shares invested in the SoFi. This chart usually moves pretty solid, right? So when I was looking at it get towards this area again, I saw the indication that, hey, this is definitely a good buy signal. We haven't been at this level since March 2026. It's been a few months now. Last time we got to this level, we ended up going right back up to the upside. So you got a 30% a 35% gain on the table, right? But like I said, I'm a long-term holder, right? So 20% is the first target, but we're going back up to this $30, right? And if you want to go back up to the other all-time high, that's 119% to where we are now, right? 32, right? So I've watched this stock go from the lows of $12 all the way back up to $32, now coming back down to $14. And once again, the market moves in cycles. So if you're looking for a potential 100% gain, like I said, this is a riskier investment. If I have 500 total to invest, I probably only put $100 here and put the rest into, put 200 into VOO and put another 200 into whatever cryptos Flask is suggesting. That diversifies your portfolio for sure. At that point, you got a stock, you got the top 500 companies, and then you got the cryptos, right? So, you want to say anything about SoFi? I know you've been looking at it too a little bit.
Yeah, just off the simple fact that you had called this before, right? And we seen how it went, especially also with the lift play, right? We had seen how that went. So, Fisher Go Getter coming down with the top tier analysis, man. Also,
I'm glad you brought up lift. So look. If you guys got our, long story short, man, Lyft is down, right? Lyft been down all year. I haven't really been looking too much at the company, but on the news of the company, but they have earnings coming up Wednesday, August 12th. They just missed their earnings on May 7th. Let me see how much they missed it by. They reported 1.65 billion revenue, and they beat the revenue. So the estimate was 1.63 billion, right? So they beat the revenue. I don't know what the surprise is. Surprise what? Surprise. I'm not sure.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Damn.
I don't even know what that's indicating, what that's talking about. But they beat the revenue though. Let me see if there's anything. Maintain neutral. Lyft price target cuts of $14.50 from $19. So you got top investors cutting the price target. Uber and Lyft are the competitors.
And Uber
Lyft just beat
$74.
They beat their earnings, but they were surprised. They reported less than expected by 800,000, I believe. So they estimated 13.8, reported 13.2 billion. They wanted 13.28. So when you look at these earnings, like Lyft right now, like Uber right now, I think this is at a good buy opportunity, right? You got we're on a daily time frame. This is how I would look at it myself. This is a quality company. You probably used Uber the other day. I used Uber the other week. Uber's still Uber, right? So they're down 30% from their all-time high of $100. So if they're down this much, and let's see, February they had a bounce all the way up from 68 to 79, $80. Let me see. It's a cool little resistance right there. Now we're at $74.
Super chop zone.
You're in a super chop zone with Uber. But honestly, if you get back down to that 68 level to support, that'd be a good buy opportunity. Last time we got there, March 26th, we ended up. And then honestly, let's look at this. This is another support level. We just bounced off of it. So Uber may be testing that $78. If we break, you'll be getting that upside. So if you end up wanting to wait for the break, or if you end up getting in before the break from 70 to $100, that's a 30% gain as well. Plus Uber is going to continue to grow. Eventually, they're going to be a $200 stock. 1337. Eventually, Uber is going to go back to. Lyft is going to go back to that 25, 20 plus. So if you're looking for cheaper stocks, if you're looking for riskier moves, but still quality companies, but cheaper stocks that haven't proven themselves just as quite as the Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, all these companies, look, you got to buy these guys at low quality prices. That's how you get the asymmetric risk. What's asymmetric risk? The fact that we didn't drop all this way low, and now you got 30%, 100% on the table to the upside, right? So if you end up getting in Lyft $12. Say you just put $50 in there, 100% gain. You can turn your 50 to 100 over the next few months, right? Or however long, right? 100 to 100 to 200. Now, if you put 1,000 in there, if you got a little bit more money, you want to do that. It's 2 bands that you just accumulated. So, hey, that's a lift right there. But hey, that's enough with the stocks, man. All in all, man, my suggestion is, like I said, buy that S&P 500 and buy these quality top companies. Get 1,000 in each of those, and then from that point on, just keep going.
Keep going, man. Keep on moving. Let's restart this chart. Go to the daily.
Now we about to go to crypto land from the crypto man Bitcoin.
Come on, man. We looking at the Bitcoin chart. You know that we're coming from this high, 126,000 for one Bitcoin. Now, we are in this bit of this is more of the chop range, but we kind of went up a little bit higher than where I would consider it a chop range. Now we're within this chop, or within this range. Price right now, 77,000. We had a good little drop. Let me zoom in a little bit. We had a good little drop over the last couple days. Let's go to the weekly. Last week was a good, nice little drop, and then we rejected off of this $75,000 support level. And this is where we are now. We're kind of at the bottom of this range. The crypto space is having a lot of, I would say, ups and downs, just off the simple fact that there are a lot of things going on and a lot of regulatory, what would you call it? A lot of regulations coming to crypto. If you've been tapped in, man, in the Discord, I've been talking about the way that crypto is moving, man. The bigger moves, the DTCC, which is the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, where they oversee all of the transactions from every stock market, treasury bonds, all of those types of things, right? And they're valued at $4 quadrillion. That's how many transactions they process yearly. $4.7 quadrillion. That being said, what I talked about yesterday for the Tuesday takedown was Chainlink, which is a crypto that's, let me go to the Coinbase one. It's a little prettier. Chainlink, which is around $9.06. Now, why am I telling you this full circle? Well, I'm telling you this because we see that this price is $9. We just discussed Lyft. We just discussed SoFi, which are a little bit more expensive, which are around $15, $14, $15. This is not financial advice, but what I wouldn't do is go put my whole bag into Chainlink. I wouldn't go do that because there are more, how can I say it? My personal strategy when it comes to investing crypto is the fact that I want those smaller cap coins like Flare, like Blast, like Caspa, like Stacks, right? I want those smaller cap, lower priced coins because the upside to those are massive. If those are all under a penny, by the way, except for Stacks. Stacks is like 2 cents. There might be like, actually not even 2. I think it's like 17 or 18 cents. Regardless, I want those smaller cap coins because the upside of those is massive. If I had a Flare is under a penny, under a penny right now, Flare got to $10, I'm moving the squad to Costa Rica. We're out of here. You feel me? It's under a penny right now. Flare went to $10. Man, I'm gonna be crypto rich. You feel me? So with that being said, I want to get into those smaller cap coins that have the bigger upside because Chainlink, for it to get to $100, that's only a
Oh wow.
It's not a 5x.
That's some crazy.
It's like a 10x, but still, you have $9. You're buying $9. Where'd it come from? See what I'm saying? So
no, that was lower. So 0. What would that be? 0.6?
Yeah, that's 60 cents.
60 cents.
So what Official Go Getter just put on the chart was the fact that in 2019, Chainlink was 64 cents. So we've already reached the high of $50. So imagine where this is gonna go now that the DTCC is utilizing this to collateralize and tokenize assets using a chain link blockchain. This is gonna be, we're gonna see all-time highs like no other. I really don't even want to give you a price prediction, but I know for a fact that if Chainlink works at $9 and DTCC is valuated 4.7 quadrillion dollars in transactions, we will see a way higher Chainlink than $52. So I talked about this in the Discord. I thought it was going to be the Canton Network, which would be, to me, I thought it was going to be the smarter choice. I don't know, but that's neither here or there. This is what I would call a priced out crypto coin and infrastructure, just off the simple fact that it's $10. You can go buy Lyft and SoFi and a lot of other coins or a lot of other stocks for this price of this one crypto. Same with Bitcoin. $1,000. I'm in it for the long game, but while I'm in the game currently, I want those upside. I want those profits. I need to even double my money. I need Bitcoin to hit 140,000. However much money I have in my account, in my crypto account, I need Bitcoin to hit 140,000 just to double my money. But Flare, since it's under a penny, all I needed to do is go to $1 and I'll be satisfied. But $10 and Full Circle Wealth is gonna look 10 times better and different. You feel me? There's gonna be a whole different game. We might be on you feel me, doing a podcast on top of Space Needle. You feel me? Doing some crazy stuff. So
yeah.
With that being said, play the game right. You're in it for the long game. I'm not saying to go trade crypto. That is a very that's a very niche market. Now, if you have the money to play, right, then absolutely go grab Chainlink because the upside to that is crazy. But what I'm telling you is somebody that is my blueprint is I'm going to go get those smaller cap coins because that upside and those 5,000 X's are waiting to be uncovered. You feel me? So, yes, we did just have the Clarity Act be passed through the Senate, and now we're waiting for the bill to be passed officially. And so last week I had talked about the fact that it's either gonna go up or down, right? From where we are. We had this kind of like rejection. That was last week. We had this rejection, and we bounced off of this support level here. So we will see what we're looking like. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all heard it here first, man. You guys got your stocks and crypto dose. This was a good session, man.
Yeah, and it's a green day today too.
We recovered a lot. It's a green day on the crypto. But this is the weekly time frame. Let me see. It is a green. Let me bounce off that support.
One of the viewers said that it was tweaking. I don't know what's going on their phone. But yeah, you seen that bounce off the support, man. We in the ball game, man. We here.
Yeah, man. So
this deserves a nice little with a nice little. We have multiple taps and rejections. Yeah, I would say about right there. Nice little inner range. Go back to the daily. Check it out. Ooh, we got too many blues. But let's go yellow on that. Let's go yellow on it. Yeah, man. How you feeling?
Anything you want to get announced or touch on before we close out? I'm feel like I'm pretty much ready, man. I'm stocked out, man. I'm stocked out. Y'all need to get with the Discord. Y'all need to go tune in with the Monday Madness, Tuesday Takedown. We're breaking it down for you guys in there. We're live in the general chat every day in the Discord. right? So if you're looking to find you a community, get in the right vibe, ask the right questions, right? Get around like-minded people. Me and Mel, we up in there. Me and Flash, we up in there every day throughout the week for at least an hour, right? If you don't catch me, you catching him. If you don't catch him, you catching me. If you ain't catching us together, but we showing up for y'all. Just come through, ask anything. You know, if you still stuck, if you watch these videos and you still don't understand, or if you're watching other people's videos and you don't understand, come through and ask us, man. We got the videos dropping every day on the Instagram. I just posted the last couple of days. Flash got the videos coming Thursday, Friday. Today's Wealth Wednesday. You know, we got Thursday, Friday. Finish the week off strong. We got Full Circle Friday. You know, then we got Sacrifice Saturday, then Supercharged Sunday, man. We got the whole blueprint. You can't fail over here when you putting the work in the way we are, man. You do this for the next 2 more years. Look, you'll be able to buy all the kicks you want.
For real. You'll be able to buy all the kicks you want, man. Just having that discipline and understanding that you have a lot of life to live. I know people be hitting you with the, you know what I'm saying, you're young, so you can make mistakes and you can party and throw away your life, throw away your 20s. But, man, don't listen to them type of people.
Yeah, I'm going to lie. Be offended, bro.
Yes.
That's the worst advice ever, bro. That's the worst advice ever, bro. Because they know damn well they didn't utilize their 20s right, and they are where they are, not wishing they would have utilized it better. You know,
and they ain't rich either. Maybe that's not everybody's goal, but they don't have that financial freedom, man. They're going to work. There ain't nothing wrong with going to work either.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it in the most blunt way so you guys can really hear it. If you don't get it right now in your 20s, you're gonna be fucked off.
Yeah,
that's it.
Terrible.
Period. Point blank. You're gonna be trying to get it right at 30, which ain't the worst thing in the world, but you gonna wish you got it right at 20. If you don't go do it now in these years where we got the energy, the time, you gonna wish you. Just please do it for yourself.
Was that 19 who was like, you're at the youngest you are? You got all the energy?
Chris.
That was Chris. Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson. I heard him say that shit the other day. He was like, you know, he literally mentioned it. When you're this young, you got the energy. You got the time. That's why you're able to go out and party and wake up and still go to work the next day. Go out and party and still show up with your stuff. When you hit 30, 40s, we don't know what that feels like yet, but people say your body gets different.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to digest the food the same way. You know what I'm saying? You won't even be able to get up off the couch the same way, you know? And that's why we need to utilize what we got now. The way that people put it now, for some reason, propaganda done told us use your 20s to just fly like a butterfly and don't worry about nothing. And that's the most worst propaganda because it should be the opposite. Why would you not use your 20s to lock in when they're already expect you to be broke? You already expect to not have any money. You're just getting started, right? You're already expected not to know everything, right? You're already expected to be trying to figure out. So be that. You know what I'm saying? Be that. Put the $100,000 or put the $1,000 away instead of going to blow it off. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym and focus on yourself instead of going outside and focusing on your friends. You know, it don't make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? Do it now.
Do it now. Cause the time is now. Who's that? That's John Cena. Can't see me because my time is now. That's real life. Because you're gonna be left behind. Not only that, you're gonna be wishing that you got locked in, bro. Especially that we have all of these advancements. We're not in 1950 no more. You feel me? We're not in the early 2000s where the new things that come out are they're stagnant, right? They just drop. We have something new coming out every other month, right? We got new IPOs coming out. OpenAI is IPOing, SpaceX IPOing, Discord IPOing. You have to get in the game to even see the game. So kind of switch low key. I was watching this Michael Beasley podcast. He was on there with Shannon Sharp, he was on there with this woman, and it's an old podcast. Mm-hmm. He said everybody uses 10% of their brain, right? But the dude who said that we only use 10 had to be using 11 to see that the rest of the world was only using 10. Now, I said that because you have to be able to step out of the box that you are in order to see the field for what it is. Like, you can't be who you are today forever. With that being said, you have to become an 11 from 10. And then from 11, you have to be trying to reach to be that 15. You feel what I'm saying? You got to get in that bag because now is the time. So, shout out Mike B's, man.
Yeah, man. No more fear. Full circle wealth is here, man.
You see it right here, man.
Right here is
Full circle wealth.
You know, I'm gonna close it with this. As long as there's gonna be people who look at videos that know that's gonna help them, see information that's gonna help them, do stuff that they know is not helping them, there's always gonna be a reason for us to be here.
Yep.
So if you niggas is asking behind there, excuse my French, why is these guys doing what they doing? Because you still want to watch this video and go back, turn around, and spend $250 on a girl that you just met.
Yeah, don't be out here tricking either, right?
So, and I'm saying that to say, I'm saying that to say, you turn around and you still about to do dumb stuff.
Yes.
You still about to do dumb stuff, and
Not
that gives us another opportunity to help you realize the stuff you doing is dumb.
Yes.
So look, stop doing dumb stuff, and then you'll be able to see us eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you still here doing dumb stuff, Full Circle will still gonna be here, and we're gonna remove that fear. Cause you got some fear in you, young buck. It's like, nah, I'm playing. But that's it, man.
Full Circle Wealth, man. Tap into the Discord, tap into the YouTube, to the Instagram, to the TikTok. We on all platforms, man. Tap in. We dropping videos every week. This is what we doing. Figure out what you're doing. And if you don't know, come figure out with us, because we got you, man. Full Circle Wealth, out.